Get it.
Got him. Biggin. He was up on the bank. So we came out today and it's blowing. We just had a hard front come through. The water temperature's in the 40s. You know, and there's one, I mean, I've caught them on a lot of baits over the years, but day in, day out, as long as you have good watercolor, you know, a jerkbait. And there's a lot of different jerkbaits out there, you know, all different kinds now. You know, I'm still old school, and you know, everybody's like, well, why do you still throw a rogue? There's, you know, this, that, or the other. It's just the action in the 40s. This is not a bait that I'm going to throw when it's 60 degrees, like smallmouth bait or largemouth bait or something like that. This is a bait that excels in the 40s just because of its size and the action it has. It's not real quick. If I want to make it quick, you know, if I got one following my bait, you know, I can use the rod to kind of speed it up, but it still has just a slow, you know, kind of back and forth. You don't see a lot of shad when the water's in the 40s, you know, going crazy. And that's why I choose that. But, you know, and the times have changed, you know, on jerkbaiting. Everybody wants to be up here looking at the screen, including me. I mean, it's all about, you know, being efficient. But I kind of have a rule, you know, we're just fishing a long creek channel swing here, and there's, you know, these rocks come off, and there's a lot of big fish that like to set up, you know, next to these rocks. So I'll be looking, you know, on live scope, looking for, you know, a brush pile, looking for one out here by itself, you know, but the whole time I'm looking, rather than just having the bait in my hand, you know, I'll be throwing up there around the bank. Because what you'll see every now and then, I'll just kind of turn over and look at my bait, and you'll have some come out of those rocks that you never, you know, that you never knew were there. Kind of gives you a few bonus fish. But then there's days where it seems like I don't see that many of them before I cast. They'll just kind of come out of off the bottom and close to the bank. But always looking. I mean, you know, there may be times where you're going down the bank like this and just turn and see one out here under bait or out there sunning. But I always have my eyes on it. You know, and I'll come by a spot, you know, like a underwater point or something, and, you know, I may, even if I catch one, you know, you may see 4 or 5 or 6 down there that come up. You know, a lot of times you can swing around with a jig or something different and be able to kind of clean them up, catch more than just one. Crappie. Nope. It's not very big. He acts like he's never seen a jerkbait. Come racing up there. Biggin. Oh, same size. He choked it though. So human nature is when you see one coming, you're like, oh gosh, he's coming, he's coming. Pause it, and he'll get it. I actually think that, like whenever he came, I seen him get behind it, and they're fast. I don't care if the water's 40 degrees. They can swim as fast as they want to. As soon as he got behind it, rather than letting it set, I took off and tried to get it away from him, and that's what made him bite. Get it. Got him. Biggin. He was up on the bank. Not big. Keep calling him big. Foul hook. I had him in the lip. I can see he got a hole, but tore out. You almost got by me. A little better. Yeah, he was way out there, and then he was going by the boat, and we just kind of threw behind the boat. They're really aggressive. Like, I can feel like the water's not very clear. I feel like I can move them 10 feet if they hear the bait. They want it fast too. They don't want it like just tap tap, even though the water's cold. They want it fast. That's the thing, is like the water that right now is like, you know, the water's booming down, but that's surface temperature. I bet, you know, you think about it, a lot of these fish are hanging out 10 to 20. I'm gonna say that water's 5 degrees warmer. You got a live scope, you catch everyone that you see, right? Not the case on that one. Followed all the way to the boat, right on it. Caught him in some pretty dirty water with this, but you want to be able to have some visibility in the water. You know, and everybody's like, well, you know, 10 foot, 15 foot, that's a little much. That's almost like, you know, sonar minnow or a grub. I like it. You know, this right here, about 2.5 foot, is perfect because they can still see, but they still want to get on something like, you know, a rock, a piece of concrete, a brush pile, whatever it might be. They're a lot less apt to just get out and swim. I kind of feel like when it gets too clear, they get too good of a look at it. Just let it set. He was literally at the trolling motor. I thought I got too close to him. As I was saying earlier, just let it set sometimes. It's weird that I think they're swimming, like they're they're not sitting anywhere. They're just moving because he come up on me fast. I'll get up and just kind of fish the bank when it's in the 40s, kind of like you would a spinnerbait or something like that. You know, just not fish the bait out as far, because I kind of feel like the dirtier it gets, they want to get next to something. Just not seeing a lot swimming around. Oh gosh. Finally. They're still skinny. They hadn't really got fat. And that's probably why they're not, you know, floating up high, because they're still eating, trying to eat up. That's a good one though. Take 5 of them every tournament. Got him. See, buddy. Windy, in the 40s, clear water or semi-clear water. It's a jerkbait for me. I think it's dinner time. I appreciate you guys riding along.